Hello everyone, my name is Leo Donleon and today we'll be streaming some tournaments on PartyPoker and PokerStars. Hope you'll enjoy this stream. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and if you have some problems with the sound, then tell me. So, our first hand on this third table, we handed our ace-10 suited. Get call from our opponent. I don't want to give him free cards, so I would bet here. I don't need that we should bet a lot here in this situation. And I don't think that is a great card for me to continue my aggression. I'll check behind and turn. And versus his lead, I will just fold with my hand because I have really weak bluff catcher. I think that a little bit later we'll play the scoop phase 1, with $22 buy-in. As you know, in a couple of days, scoops begin, and it will be grinding time. Here just fold with 8-7 off. I don't think that is a great hand to call versus early position, especially in multi-way. I have Now I have only 4 tables opened. Aggressive KO, big, and 2 classical with $11 and $33 buy-in. I think we should listen for something more interesting. I really don't like this song. Yeah, much more better. I already streamed with this soundtrack and I really enjoyed it. Here I don't have any info about my opponent, so I will just fold. And at this table, I will just protect my open raise because of the size. I'm in position and the 3-bet is really low. That's the only reason why I defend in this hand. I would bet versus his check. And then I will continue my aggression. Because it seems like he has a weekend, like maybe ace queen, ace king. That's why I have to bet second barrel. Turn 3 off, I think that is rather weekend, so I will just give up. I don't think that it is a good decision to cold call here with queen 6 seated. I will just fold, even despite I'm in position. Whoa, I have won 10 cents scoop set. Perfect. 10-9 suited is a good hand for calling pre-flop. Because I'm in position versus Razor. And also I have a good playability post-flop with that hand. I get only backdoor flush draw. And I don't think that we should love here because I think we should bet at least 2 barrels. Here, Liam calling with all-suited ace. It is default strategy. Check calling here. I don't want to bet here just because if I had an ace, I would bet on flop, and seems like some of them has some showdown value, and I cannot let him and cannot make him fold in this hand. Yeah, pocket jacks. So we have lost a very little amount of chips. I will not open this hand because of my position. Somewhere from cutoff or button, I would raise with 6-5 seated. I think that we should add some more tables. It would be scoop face. And something else. I need to find something interesting. Let it be. Bounty builder for $11. I'll try to show you all the action that would be here. Here I should protect my pocket eights, and on this structure I can check raise to protect my equity, because he will bet a lot in this structure. Also, we are value betting some flush draws. And at the same time, we are protecting our hand. In this situation, I will not call, just because I don't like calling with weak offsuited aces. I would hit the top two pairs, but it doesn't matter. My fold is really good here. On this table, I should bet a little bit more, but it were enough. Here with 10-9 suited, I would protect. I'd like to protect my hand. And also we need to continue calling here if you'll get a flush draw on turn. I'll try to check raise. Queen is not the best card for me because it helps to his range. And I don't have enough pot odds to call here out of position, because if I'll get an 8 or a king on the river, I don't expect him of paying me a lot. That's why I need to fold. Ace-9 off. Pretty good hand to bluff 3-bet versus middle position. I think that it is the weakest hand from my offsuit aces, which I connected with my bluff 3-bet range. From this position, I mean. Yep, it works. Just folding here because our hand is under domination, and also we're having a lot of opponents behind. That's why we need to give up with king, queen off, even despite it is so beautiful. I've added 2 more tournaments. Scoop phase plus bounty builder with $11 buy-in. As you can see, I'm using a hotkeys to help me to play more tables. I use just fold. I am using right button of the mouse for folding, and additional buttons on my mouse for calling and raising. I decrease and increase the amount of bets by the scroll. I mean, scrolling wheel. So I can just not to use the keyboard at all. I can play only by using my mouse. Now I'm playing 6 tables, but usually I play at least 9, but the normal quantity of tables is somewhere close to 10 till 12. And here I have a lot of equity, and I have a plan to check raise. And on this table I'd like to bluff. We are ready to put a lot of chips in this spot because we have a two overcards, gut shot plus flush draw. As you can see here, it works. I re-raised versus my opponent's check raise and it was successful. Here I am covering the big blind, that's why I open with 9-8 suited. Normally my weakest suited connector from this position is 10-9 suited. Here we should 3-bet with ace king off. Out of position, I'm increasing my range, my sizing. Here just giving up because of the size. Hit top 2 pairs and I'm playing with my range and I would bet always in this structure. That's why I'm c-betting despite I'm having 2 strong hand. And here I want to check raise. There's my opponent. I expect him of bluffing here a lot because my line is too weak. Only one bet, so at least something. I can't afford to call here to check on the river. On this spot, I don't think that I have a lot of equity to continue my value betting. I can just check behind and bluff catch versus his bets if they would be less than pot size. Three betting here for value with ace queen suited versus all in I would call, but Tice is right. Great turn for me for continue my aggression, but he has only 30 big blinds. If he jams, I would have to call. But yep. Cold call on big blind versus my 3-bet. I expect him having a lot of pairs. So I will just bet little and I have a plan to call versus his lane. Okay, he can have some kind of 7s or 9s, but also he could have 10s, 8s, jacks, 8s, yep. And easy chips for us. We have healed our stack, and now we're having more than starting. Interesting situation here. I open, get 2 calls, and get squeezed from small blind. I will go all in with our hand because it's too strong. And good luck for us. 9. No. Okay. I would replace it with any more tournaments. Let it be mini battle royal for $22. Get called by 2 opponents. Hit a top set. I wouldn't bet here because I'm blocking their calling ranges on this structure. I don't want to give them an opportunity to have a free river. We have very low SPR. That's why I expect him of calling with Jack, yeah. And the magic check on flop. Can't call here because our hand is so weak. King 7 off, can't do anything, just have to fold. Check call, pocket tens. Interesting with 6-7 off. Seems like maybe it is a recreational player. But need to check. I'm checking my opponents using the shark scope. Minus 10k. Seems like, yep, he's really a recreational one. Because of him, I have to call with my hands in this spot. And pocket kings on the first table. I would call one time. And we hit a straight. Bad river for us, but I have to value bet. And I would fold versus his raise. Bad luck for us. But we're still alive. And I get a bounty for $3.7. I want to 3-bet here because I expect him isolating with a really wide range, and I want to put a little pressure on him. Yeah, it works. As you can see, aggressive strategy is not the worst one to earn some chips. But also it is important not to lose the pre-flop shoves. Ace King. King Classico. Sick board for us. Cannot do anything, cannot continue my aggression on this structure. But I can call 1-bet from him. But not so huge. In scoop phase, we will play for 15 levels. Now it's 9 levels remaining. And I hope that we'll survive. I would open with pocket eights. I think it is a really strong hand. And also we're having a strong hand here in Battle Royale. Come on. Protect your big blind. Okay, interesting spot here. I have shoved pre-flop. And bad luck for me in this coin flip. Interesting check. I think that we don't have a value bet here. Ace 7 off. What else can we add? Gladiator, let it be. $11. King Jack can value bet here because of the positions. Should check call on turn on this card because I have a showdown value and I don't need to bluff. I think here we can block bet to have some value from weaker pairs and to fold versus straight. Because versus 2 checks in a row, I expect him bluffing a lot. Here just default raise steal. And it succeeds. Versus min raise, I would protect my hand, but on the structure, I just have to give up. I don't think that we should bluff versus early position and have enough info on my opponent, that's why I would just give up here. If I would open from middle position or hijack, I would, of course, I would 3-bet versus him. Also, I cannot call here just because of my domination possibility by calling versus him. Interesting spot here. I think we should just give up. And here I will shove aces. Hold. Yep. Double up for us in big. You know, I just called because of his low pre-flop size. So it was his bad decision that I get my flush. Easy c-bet versus big blinds range. It's my gut shot and backdoor flush draw. 6-8 of suited. Cannot steal now. Ace king on the big blind. In Classico. Raise from early position. I want a 3-bet versus him. Because I need to create low SPR on flop to get value from weaker aces on ace X board. That's why I don't want to call with my hand. Three bet. I don't want to 4-bet here just because I would make him fold all his weaker hands. I have to call here. Coin flip, it's okay. We are losing our coin flip. So we need a new tournament. Here I'm turning into bluff my ace queen off because I don't want to call with offsuited ace out of position. I 4-betted pre-flop. Fold. Bad luck for me. If he has an ace king, he just have to check behind now and I would bluff on the river. And if he's having a pair, he just have to bluff. So I will give up. I don't want to call versus his increased raise, so I'm choosing between 3-betting and folding here. Not the best structure for me for continue my aggression. Because his calling range hits that board very well. I'm just giving up. I could make him fold, but bad flop structure for me. I would still with my hand. If you had some more chips, I would love 3-bet versus him, but no, I can't. Should just give up. Great flop for me. It is a heavy board. It were a heavy draw board structure. That's why I decided to overbet and flop with my hand. As you can see here, there are 8 levels remaining. Such fast calls, I expect him having jack, that's why I cannot continue bluffing, yeah. Ace jack, I don't think that he could just fold his hand on the river. If he would think at least 5 or 6 seconds on turn, I would bet on the river. But these fast calls, they're saying about the middle strength hand that don't need to think about something. Here we are protecting our ace deuce of hearts. I don't like to call here because of my stack size and lack of position. And it works, yep. Should open raise with our hand. We need to do something in face. because the blind structure is 10 minutes. So we need to hurry up. Good structure for me. I have all notches at the structure. Disconnected on big blind, that's why I want to steal his spot. It is important to watch the big blind and small blind while you're raising, because the main opponents among all the other opponents at this table, because you're playing a lot, especially versus them. Raise bets, cannot do anything, don't have any backdoors at least. From small blind versus big blind, you should raise at least 2.5 big blinds. Get a showdown value, that's why I shouldn't continue my bluffing. And I expect him of betting with ace on turn, that's why I would call on the river. King knight off, I would open. I don't think that I have good image here. Because I really want to bluff 3-bet with his hand in this situation. But I should be patient and wait. Because 5 or 10 minutes more with this style and nobody would believe me. Hero just raise fold with my hand. By the way, I had an opportunity just to shove here. Here I bluffed again. I think that we had enough equity here for value bet with our ace queen off, even on such board, because we get a top pair, but our opponent could hit this board too. Almost double up. Okay, we increased our stack size for 1/3 part. Interesting spot here. One big blind bet I called, then raise, re-raise, ace 10 2 pairs. Okay, I see. Should bluff here because I'm playing versus blinds, but I cannot hold versus this raise. So, a little break for 5 minutes, and I'll come back soon. Here we are. After a small break and refilling of water supplies, we're trying to earn some chips and money in this MTT session. I remind that we are playing tournaments from 11 to $33. We're playing on PartyPoker and PokerStars. And today's stream will be held for something like 3 or 4 hours, maybe more if we'll have some deep runs. It depends. So hope we'll be lucky today and we'll hold in coin flips. Have a good stack in big versus early position, and it's narrow range. I cannot protect my weak hand and big, and it's not a good news for us. Whoa, not so bad. Double up. I expected to see here some kind of ace X and this coin jack. It is really cool. I don't want to 3-bet here with my aces. I want more players. Maybe you want to squeeze? No. Whoa. Come on. We'll raise like a phoenix. Just need to double up with king 6 off. So we'll be double up again. No. It's not a problem. We can load more tables. I marked him with the green color because of his limping strategy from early position. I have an opponent here. I have to continue because if I check on turn, he would bet and I would have to fold. That's why I shoved here. Hmm? I have spilled some water on my phone. I think this is protected from water. Interesting spot here. I think that we should raise versus him. It seems like weakness. And we need to protect our pair from overcards. Min bet re-raise. Seems like we have to give up. Looks really strong. Bluff 3-bet here. With ace 10 off. Unlucky aces. I have more chips than weak opponent on the big blind. That's why I can open versus him. I don't think that it is the strength. Maybe I'm mistaken. Yeah, my bad. I've ruined my good stack in this big. But still, we are alive and we can try to come back. Maybe we could call on flop and give up on turn. But I didn't want to give him an opportunity to hit his overcards. Because all his bluffing range. Also, he could continue in the careful cards versus me. So maybe it's not a huge mistake, but still. Bless me. Whoa. Queens versus ace queen, ace king. Such a huge pot. Here I have to call because of the pot odds. Good trap from him. You could play the same way with the pocket pairs, and versus pocket pairs I have a ton of equity. Bad structure for us, should give up. Good hand for us, pocket nines. Three bet from bottom, but low size. I would protect. Didn't hit the board, but still we're having a good hand. I would call 2 times. Bad luck for us here. Interesting what our opponent hit ace queen. I want to check raise because I have backdoors. Didn't double up. Here I would protect my hand. I wanted to 3-bet, but now I can't. I want to attack his limb, because it seems like it is rather weak range. And I would bet twice. Here I want to pick greater size, because I want to make him fold in his ace-x combos. As I said, I should continue. Here we can just call because we're in position. Here the second pair can stay versus one bet, but now we should bet because we want to stay in heads up or just to finish this hand right now. I think it is a good result for us. I have a weak flush draw, that's why I don't want to see bet here. I'll just check call if big blind, if button, sorry, inside a bet. I will call. Now we have a lot of equity. We need to bet to make them fold in hands like king, x, queen, queen high, king high, maybe some ace high hands. That's why I used such big size. Yep. Lucky. Also here we had an option to raise, to increase our opponent's ranges, to make them wider. Here I'm 3-betting it, and I would call versus his jam. If, for example, he would shove. Here I should see bet. Not the easy win, but still we'll continue earning chips. What a cooler. We are punished by our opponent for our call and cannot call because of the size that were chosen. Split pot. Successful 3-bet again. It is 3-bet call, so I want the 3-bet and call versus all in. Because I have more chips. And I wanted to, yep, I wanted to win this coin flip and I did it. Our first KO in this tourney. Such small squares. It looks really strange. Bad turn for me. I want to check behind on the river. I don't expect of having him a lot of queens in his range because all his king queen, queen jack hands, all his hands should be folded on flop. That's why we only have ace king, ace queen maybe. Queen 9 with the backdoors. Okay, maybe. But it's not a big deal because now we're having a little bit less than starting stack. Isn't a problem. It is a stop and go. But bad luck for me because he hit it up pair. I would call here. Hit a set. And an ace on flop. I have a plan to call check raise. I expect him continue bluffing with his king jack on turn. That's why I want to call here. But it is interesting really, because I expect him to continue value betting turn and all his bluffs should stop. So it means that he has a straight here. He wouldn't throw it with queen 10. I think we have a worse hand. I have to fold here. Because, you know, in this situation, while he's checking turn, it means that he doesn't have any strong hands, like ace queen, for example, that could overplay on the river by raising. Just because if I were him, I would bet on turn with ace king, ace queen, ace jack, ace 10 also. And I would sometimes stop bluffing because of the blank card on turn. And his blanks, one of his bluffs is king jack. Also queens could check here. That's why I think that our folding on the river is okay. Maybe in previous spots he didn't have a king jack. Lucky tens. I have a rather good stack in Battle Royale, and in KO tournament it's really important to have a lot of chips because you need to cover as much opponents as you can. And now we are having a chip leading stack at our table. And that means we can fight for every bounty, for every KO. I want to check his graph on Shark Scope. Our stake is $46. Open shelf. Seems like I would call for his $5 bounty because I have a lot of chips. Again, good starting hand at his table. And ace king. On the big blind. Hope that somebody would shove versus my big blind. Come on, I have to shove because I have a $5 bounty. Yep. 6-7. Double up for us. I 3-betted on pre-flop. Again. They are hitting the boards. And my bluffs are going to air. Here I just want to call because of this big blind. And also because it is a KO tournament and I have a lot of chips. I want to play a lot of post-flop. Well played by small blind. Because if he calls, I have to call here as well. Well played. I want to steal here with my hand, because I want his bounty. Hope that small blind would fold. Great structure for me for continue my pre-flop aggression. And again, so fast call. I would raise here with ace-5 and I can call versus 15 big blinds. Also wouldn't call with his versus this shove. So I just want to steal. Okay, we need to do something with our stacks because they're not so good as I want. So we need some aura and a little amount of luck. It's 3-bet, but it is not so big. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, he already used this size, so it is his normal 3-bet. So we can call here. I don't think we have any value here. I just want to provoke him to bluff. Maybe overbet. Ace 9. Seek value bet, I think. Pocket 9. Ace 9. I don't think that he has enough equity for value betting on this spot. I have to call with what hand? Like 9-10? Ace 8? I don't know. If he checks, I would bet on river. But I cannot do anything with his second barrel. Need to double up in Bounty Builder. For example, now. I cannot shove here because he called already my overbet with Ace Queen, as you remember, and I expect not to have a lot of fold equity here. That's why I just fold with 4 deuce. Also, it is rather weak hand. I will call here with Ace Jack. I don't want to risk all my, like half of my stack. That's why I just call. Well played with pocket eights. But anyway, I had a plan to fold here, that's why I folded. I want to raise here with my hand. Again, it's all about my great stack. I have backdoors, so we can bluff here. One more KO. I will just open shove here. His pocket eights. Because it is a KO tournament and I expect a lot of calls. And maybe like wider calls. Oh, here we are covering him. Give up. Zavozila. Whoa, whoa. Need some luck. Pocket eights. I didn't lose a lot of chips. And multiplying by 4 for our opponent. I don't think that we can use stop and go here because it's a KO tournament, and for the KO he would call with the wide range. There was a split pot here. Crying opponent from Romania. They're talking with each other and complaining about their difficult lives. And again, a 5-minute break, and I'll come back soon. Okay, here we go. Continue our small session. Maybe we'll play for 20 or 30 minutes more, and then I think that I would stop this stream. Just because of your low activity in chat. Maybe we'll continue a little bit later. If, for example, I will have a deep run, maybe I'll turn on this stream again. And now while I'm playing early stages of tournaments, maybe it's not so interesting. Get cold. Good turn, but not today. Get called by 2 opponents. Cannot bluff here. And by the way, I don't need to bluff because I have a showdown value. Hope that will check till the showdown. If you check, I think that I have a slight value bet here. And all I want is just not to get a shove. Yep. Here I think I can 3-bet shove. Just because I cover him. Bad luck. Because he had a flush. I really don't like his call with King Jack. But thank for him for the KO. Successful steal. Great news. Need to get my chips back from this unsuccessful bluff with ace high on this table. On cutoff, we can call versus early position. His knight is suited. have to bet here because I have backdoors, and also I want to make him fold in his king x, queen x, ace high, and all this stuff. That's why I bet here. Here I will call with my hand. But I totally missed the flop. We're having half of the hour more of late registration in this mini battle royale. Call by ace-8 off. Interesting. Because this calling range versus still is close to equilibrium range. Interesting. Easy chips for us. Maybe not the best call here because of the short stack on a big blind. Hope that he would just fold. It's bigger size because of the structure. My opponent doesn't hit this board. I think that we got our chips back. I would c-bet at the structure with all my range. That's why I'm betting here. I use bet check bet line for my value on this structure. It looks like a bluff. Let's see what hand has called versus us. Ah, he had ace jack. In this situation, we could earn all his stack, but who knows? Here I can call versus such big raise, especially with the greater stack behind. Okay, kings. I had a rather aggressive image at this table, so maybe somebody would shove versus me. Yep, exactly what I want. Ah, again, it's a cooler. I expected to see here some kind of ace 5 off. It would be cool, but jacks. It was the run for him. If you fold it, I would shove here versus two small stacks and blinds because of the KOs, because of the bounties. So guys, because of your low activity, I think that we can finish our stream. Thank you for coming, thank you for watching. If you have any questions about education, you can ask them using the Skype of our manager, which is situated below this video. If you have questions to me, you can ask them in comments below. So thank you for watching and see you in next videos, in next streaming sessions.